Hey folks, welcome, my name's Kurt, aka the Vitruvian Gamer, and I'm here with a playthrough, because what do you get when you combine Portal games and football, or soccer if you wish? Well, then folks, you get 11, the newest game from Portal Games that will be on GameFound very soon. I think this video will drop the day before or on the day of the start of the campaign on GameFound. I will put a link in the description below. And well, I'm going to play a game for you, a solo game, because this is a 1 to 4 player game, so you can play this multiplayer as well, but a solo game has this cool scenario based thing going on. Short story, a couple of years ago I already made a video of this game here, Club Stories by designer Thomas Jansen. And well, my old logo is on the box, so I'm very proud of this. And I took one of these copies to Ignacy at Spiel, and imagine my surprise that he signed this game, and this game will now become 11. Some things have changed. I'm not going to go into details of that. I'm just going to do a playthrough of a solo scenario, the first scenario, and I hope you will see how the game flows, and you can decide whether it is something for you or not. So let's head to the table and try to become, well, champions, or at least not relegate. Let's see. And there we are. This is the full game in its full glory. Well, most of it. Now, beware, this is a GameFound preview sample. So this is prototype stuff, decent prototype, but this is not even close to the final product, I think. There will be a lot of changes. I had to do some stickering and printing on the player cards because they changed already in between this being sent to me and now in the filming. So these rules that I'm going to show you and in this gameplay might also change still. So beware of that. So this is not a final version at all. We will see what the real deal will be during the campaign, after the campaign, but this will give you a nice overview of how this game plays. So, as I said, we're going to play a scenario. This is the one, the surviving third division. So we're playing with Newbie FC, and we promoted to the professional football league for the first time in our history. And now, of course, the fans are very happy, but now no one will believe that we as newcomers will even survive that third division. So it's our job, or well, my job here as a manager here to keep the club in third division. Hey, we want more. We want to play championship, right? So in a scenario, it is a little bit like Robinson Crusoe. You have some goals that you might get some bonus points. So you have to have 24 or more points at the end of the game, which would mean inexperienced manager. That's the least you have to do to win. Also, we cannot be relegated, so we will be fired if we are, and we can get bonus points if we train 3 youngsters. We will see that hopefully happening, and we play at least 3 games during the season in a sold-out stadium, which means having 4 stands with 4 supporters on them. You will also see that there will give us 4 bonus points. Some setup changes which I did. So we start with specific directors of the board. Otherwise, in a multiplayer game, you get to draft them a little bit. And also, if this was a full copy of the game, our opponents, which is this stack of cards here, and there are more there because they have different versions of each opponent. These are all Division 3 opponents. Of course, there will be other ones as well. So we used those Division 3 opponents, and we start without any player cards. Normally, you start with 1 veteran and I think 1 youngster that you would place here, but in this case we're a brand new club in the professional football league and we are not having any veterans yet. Okay, so that's it, that's the goal. There are some special rules, I will tell them if they happen here, but we will see that. Okay, so let's put this here and let's start playing. That's what we're here for. So what do we see here? I'm not going to go too much in detail, but we have 3 boards. This is the stadium board, this is our club board, and the match board. I don't know the exact names by heart. Here we can change the stadium, put more stuff there to give us bonuses. Here we can hire staff, and we manage these 4 stats here: our money, our fan base, our fitness. No, our fitness is here, and this is something else that I already forgotten what it is. Oh boy, I'm terrible. And here, when it's match day, things will happen here. You will see some stickers maybe that weren't in the original prototype. I've got these, and all these tracks here. So these are some special tracks that were added after I received this copy, but I will go into detail when it's necessary. I also I drew 2 objectives and I kept 1. So I've got a defensive objective. So in a game, I want to play with 5 defenders, with at least 4 of them using player cards. So at this moment, we don't have any player cards. We just have our basic team. But in this season, I want to play a game with 5 defenders, and at least 4 of them are not these basic ones. And also, to have a perfect defense objective result, at least 2 of my selected defenders must be trained. You will see what that means later as well. Also, we drew 1 tactics card that we can use, so we don't know a lot of tactics yet, but we will see that maybe we get more. One thing I didn't do yet is these tracks start at 2, all of them, but because of my board, I have to change some stuff. So at the beginning of the game, after you pick your directors, then you will adapt them to any of these things here. So we have +1 here, -1 there, +1 here, -1 here again, and +1 here. So this is our starting situation here. Okay, and yeah, that means we will go to the first round, the first week, that is. We start on Monday. And Monday means 2 things. First of all, we get resources, and resources depend on these tracks. So we get 2 money, 1 fan, 3 of these, I should look that up, and 3 fitness. There we are. Now this is, by the way, is operations. So this is a thing that the things going on in your club. Okay, so I got all my stuff here. I will explain what you can do with this later. And now we go to, well, we're still at Monday, because first Monday we have a board meeting. Yeah, you will see these are stickered as well because they changed. They were not that interesting in the first prototype, but they changed it and it looks pretty cool. Anonymous. Someone says, one of our sponsors is investing in criminal businesses. Should we quit working with them? Now, we don't really have a sponsor yet. Maybe we have some local small butcher or something that is already sponsoring us. So let's go with that. Now, you will see. So the board is going to decide what is happening. How will they respond? And they have 3 options. You see the 3 colors here. I'm trying to focus here. You have the yellow, blue, and red. And, well, let's see how that works. So we go to the board of directors here. There we are. And as you can see, the artwork is still the same here, but that will change. And you will notice this border here with the dice here. So you have 6 dice results, but they have different colors. Now what we will do is take the D6 and roll it. And I rolled a 6. There we go. So we had a 6. So we are going to take a look at the 6s here and at the colors. Now in this case, everyone is red, right? Every result is red. Now should we have, for example, rolled a 2, and we will see a blue one, a yellow one, and a blue one. The majority, that's the option that they will choose. So in this case, with our anonymous, I cannot pronounce that word, board meeting thing, it says yes. Our fans won't like it. So we choose a jersey sponsor or cardboard sponsor if you don't have it, and lose that sponsor and pay back its effects if possible. Now we are quite lucky in this case because we don't have any sponsorship, so we cannot do this. But otherwise, that would have hurt, by the way. So this will go away, and Okay, so this didn't do that much. That is okay for us, of course. And that ends the first day, and then we go to Tuesday. Now, we have 3 days here, 3 actions that we can do during the week in order to prepare for the match day. And we can do a bunch of things. We can, for example, we can get a sponsor. We can get more staff. We can get players. We can get youngsters. And what else? We can build on our stadium as well. We can try to race one of these tracks here as well. So that's a bunch of things that we can do. So let me see what we will do. We can already see, maybe, try to prepare for that a little bit. The top card of this stack is our next opponent. So, and our scout says that this team has been playing in this league now for 3 years without big successes. They start most of the actions on the left wing. And they play a 4-3-3 formation. So we could try to maybe make that left wing, or to do something against that probably more powerful left wing that our scouts noticed during scouting. What else do we want to do? Maybe we want to build something in our stadium. We have a bunch of add-ons here, and one of the goals is to have a full house, all fans there. But we only have 2 stands at the beginning. We might want to build more, but that will cost us money, and that every expansion costs 3, and we only have 2. So that's not enough. 2 is not a lot, by the way. So let's think. Let's see what we can do about this. Do we want the staff? Now, staff members, players, and sponsors, the way you get them is, well, you choose one of them and you have to pay for it. Or you get money if you get a sponsor, of course. And you only get to choose out of the 3 most right ones. You can see what's coming. And sometimes, if you have the right staff member or anything, you can pick out these as well. But for now, we can only choose the 3 right ones of any. And I'm going to check out this sponsor, for example. Now, how do sponsors work? Well, if you get a sponsor, you get 3 choices. You can either just have a commercial or something like that, and that gives you money. That's it. You can also put him as an ad board sponsor. So they will be at the side of the field, and you will put them underneath here as an ad board. And then you have 2 options. Either you get the bonus that's written here, which in this case is 3 money, and you go up on the financial track by 1, or you get to do the bonus action. In this case, roll a die. In a 1, you have to decrease 1 stat level. On a 2 to 4, you gain a tactic card, and 5 to 6 increase by 1 any stat level. So that's pretty cool. If you take them as a shirt sponsor, you would flip it, and then you have this cool shirt sponsor. You place it here like that, and then you get this bonus and the bonus. So that's pretty cool. But do we want to do that already? Let's see. This card, no, this is not a good one for the bonus, at least. But let's see what we will do. What staff members do we have? And let's give that example here. We have Alex Mancher. He's a first trainer. He allows as an action. It will cost us fitness to train a player, and then we may place 1 blue token, a fitness token, from the supply on that player card, which is pretty cool to have. But maybe not the right time, because we don't have players to train yet. We have a scout here. And then as an action, we can hire any player from the display. Any player. So we can choose out of all the 5 ones with this one. And place 1 temporary hotness token on his player card. He becomes a little bit stronger for 1 turn. Or 1 match. And the other one that we can get is Ronia Debrick Steward. Increase the fan base by 1. And if you have another steward, you gain an additional 1. Okay. So let's see. I do like Tom Gravy. That might be a good one to get players already. Let's see what kind of players we have. Let's show you the players. So players, well, what do they show? They cost you money if you get them. In this case, it costs us 2. He has a strength of 4. That is pretty high. It will show you a symbol. I will explain that later. He has a position, so this is a defender. And he also has a special ability, as you can see. Now, this is the untrained version. On the back, you will find a trained version, but we'll see that later. So, I got this Gonzalez Morales, who's a super sub. He's a midfielder. And we have Allard, who is an attacker. Now, problem is, I only have 2 money, so I might want some money to get some staff and maybe a player. You could also choose to get the youngster here, then you get the top one then. We have this midfielder here. They only cost 1, so they're a little bit more cheap, but they're not that great yet. You really need to train these, which is one of the objectives of the scenario. So, I do want defenders, right? I do want defenders, so maybe Gonzalez is, of course, a great choice. Although he has a 1 in 6 chance that he will score an own goal. Oh boy. But still, he's a 4, which is pretty cool. But I do not know if I want a defender already. Now, at the end of a week, the most right players, they will go away and everything slides down. So, oh boy, this is a defender that we get. Now, the next one, the next one that will be here is also a defender, and maybe, oh, that's pretty neat. So I think I'm not going to go for Gonzalez yet. I will though, but I want that scout, and if I want, yeah, I need. Oh, we need. I only have 3 actions. Oh, but I kind of have 4 actions. You will see. Okay, so I'm going to get myself a sponsor, but will I get a shirt sponsor already? I think I will. So let's get this sponsor here. This is the free action. Well, it's an action, but it's for free. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make Easy Loan our shirt sponsor. So I will get 1 coin and I get 2 more income, which is awesome, of course. And that means we get 3 money now. And because it's our shirt sponsor, we also get the bonus. We roll a die and let's hope we just don't roll a 1. Okay, so we roll that d6. We roll the 4. And 4 means, well, it's not the best thing that we gain a tactics card. Sadly enough, I hope to get 5 or 6, but hey, we get a new tactics card. And we got this one here. After opponent card is revealed, choose a player, roll a die, 1 to 3, place 1 weak injury on that player, 4 to 6, place 2 temporary hotness tokens on that player. That's a risky one, but we'll put it in our stack because we can choose before the match which one we will use. Okay. We go to the next day. It's Wednesday, and wow, let's see. We have another action. Oh, by the way, they go like this. So we also can choose this one here. No, that will not help us at this moment. Okay, I will get more money next week because now this stat has been raised. So that's interesting. I might want to spend a bunch of money. Only 3 still, but I think I might want to go for that attacker here because decrease by 2, but by 2 any opponent midfielder. Well, which might be interesting for that winger that we have. Oh, that might be an interesting one, this fellow here. Oh yeah. Or we get a kind of boring. No, this one is not great. I think we're going to get Morales. But first, the first thing that we do is we're going to hire Tom Gravy, the scout. Will we? Yeah. Why not? So we're going to get Tom Gravy. And Tom Gravy costs us 1 to get. And then we put it here on the bottom, so it will cost us 1. We'll pay that. And now, as a special action, you can do this once each day in the week. You can spend 2 of the operative tokens, and this, by the way, gets moved. you get spend 2 to do a bonus action. Now a bonus action can only be a token action, that's one from the board here, or from the stadium, or a card, which means the staff members, of course. So I'm going to activate Tom Gravy. It's an action, and if you use an action, you flip it or use any other way to indicate that you use them. I will put my cubes on him. To hire a player from the display, and I'm going to hire, I could also, now I don't have enough money for other players, so I'm just going to hire Morales, right? Morales, you're here. We still have to pay for him. It's not because we use a scout that we don't have to pay for him, so we used our last 2 money to get him. And what happens now is, well, we are going to place him in the right place. So that means we're going to play him here as a midfielder. Also, he has a number, a shirt number, number 7. And he has a symbol here. He's a defensive midfielder. So as soon as I place him, I have to take the number 7 player marker, and these will be wooden pieces in the actual game. If I'm not mistaken, you will flip them if necessary to the correct side. So this is a defensive player now, which means I have a more defensive team from now on, because you start with 5. And you can choose whichever ones which symbol, but you have to have 5 with a shield defending and 5 with the ball symbol, which are attacking players. So there we go. We've got ourselves a first player, and we had 2 actions in 1 day because of the green cubes and the staff member. So now we go to the next day, and in that next day, I'm going to try to try to be a little bit better in the future in some things, and I'm going to do one more action that we can do, and that's I'm going to try to raise this stat here. I'm going to try to raise the fan base, and the way to do that is just roll a die, and if you see where it is, so this is at 1 now. If I roll 2 or higher, then we can raise this stat by 1, and that's what I'm going to try. So there we go. It's far, but it's a 3. Wow. What happened here? Oh boy, I think this was here. Okay, so we go like this. So that's great for next week. And what else? Nothing, because we don't have any green cubes left. Not enough to do a bonus action. But so we're going to weekend, folks. It's weekend time. It's time for our first match of the season. Oh, the public, our fans are wild. So what will we do? We can place any red cubes, the fans, on empty stands, so 1 per empty stand. So if I had more, I could also put 1 here. This is going to give us money after the match, because these people pay to go and see the match. I only have 1, but I will use it. And now we can look at our scout report, which we already did. So we know that their left winger might be the biggest threat here. So that means before we get to see what their real players are and how they're really going to play, now we get to choose our team and our formation. So what we will do is, in order to, if I want to use Morales, which I kind of do, is I have to put one of the fitness cubes on him in order to indicate that he is going to play the match. So this player, that's now still a 1. Oh, and I forgot to do one thing. He got a temporary hotness token on him as well because of the scout here. So that means he's a 2 actually. So I might want to consider, and their left wing is of course that side. Yep. I'm going to place my player here. Now, what are the rules of placing these shirts, these players here? Well, each middle zone can have up to 3 players, and each wing only 1, which kind of makes sense. I don't see any team really playing with two left wing backs, right? That's a little bit strange. But so you can play it like, we could play like this, for example. Have some more defense here as well, a little bit. It's not that great, but let's see. So this is kind of a very defending strategy, all defenders back. So if they have attacking defenders, which can happen, of course. They might score, so I might want to take a chance, and I cannot flip this, but I'm going to. Will I do? I'm going to play. Oh yeah, let's do something like this. There we go. So I'm going to play a 4-4-2, right? With one attacking. So he probably takes free kicks or something, and a lot of defensive midfielders and 2 attackers. So 2 wing attackers. I don't really work with a striker there. So that's the choice, and I can see they play 4-3-3. So they have 4 defenders, 3 midfielders, and 3 attackers. So this might be a little bit dangerous, but we'll see. So this is what I choose to do. After you've done this, well, very simple. We're going to flip the card, and now we get to see what they will do. Okay. So let's see how this goes. So we are going to put a card here, and I'm going to get closer to the board here. Okay, as soon as we flip this card here, we can look at our tactics card and pick one to use during this match. And in this match, so I cannot use this one. So if this opponent is higher in the league, you score a goal. Well, it's the beginning of the season, we all have 0 points. We could choose a player and maybe give him 2 temporary hotness tokens, so he would raise his stats to 4 because he already has one. But he can get injured instead as well. 50-50% chance. Now we get to see, and it's not going to help us. I can already say that. We will see later. So I'm not going to use that tactic. It has absolutely no use. So after we've done that, sometimes you can also activate these things here. And I could activate this action. It costs us 1 blue cube and we still have 2. So that's still possible. So what can we do? Well, let's first see what might be helpful. So we're going to see this card here and what they do. And we're going from left to right on each zone here. So we're going to look at this one here, so this zone here. And we see that we have an attacker of 1 because this is a basic player. It's not one of the cards, so it's only 1. And they will defend with 2, which means they stop our attacks there during the match, which is kind of sad. So we don't get to score. Okay. Then we go here. Now, they have an attacker and a defender here. I have no players here, which is absolutely sad because that means, well, this player is useless because he defended anything that came there. But this player somehow during the game managed to score a goal. So we are behind 0-1. Not good. Sadly enough, they put their defender and their big defenders on the backs here, and they will defend with 2. We only have a 1, so we don't score again. Terrible. Okay, what else do we have here? Well, we have a defender on the left flank of 1. We also have an attacker of 1, so that gets defended as well. They have an attacker of 1 in midfield here. We also have, well, we have 2 defenders of 1. And we could pick which one would stop this one. So we do not add them up, by the way. So, but that one gets stopped. They have a big attacker here, attacking midfielder, 2. That's that left wing guy, 2. But that's our player here, who has 2 at this moment, so he can just also stop him. That's enough. 2 versus 2, he gets stopped. And this is not looking good because he also has this special ability. He could pay 1 fitness to decrease an opponent's midfielder's strength by 2. Oh, I'm going to use that. I'm not sure if it's going to help, but I'm still going to use it. I'm going to use his fitness here in order to lower this guy's, this midfielder's defense, which becomes 0. And our number 8 will score a goal because that's a 1. So that helps. He did something good. That's great. Now we go to this attacking line of him and our defenders. So they defend on the left wing, which is okay because we didn't attack. They will try to strike with a 1, but we have 1 defender here. That's going to stop him. We have an attacking, so we do what they did. Our defender have a free kick or something, is not stopped because there's no defending player here, and we score. But something that our scout didn't notice is this one here, their left wing attack. Oh man, well, he did say attack on the right wing. No, he did say on the left wing. And I guessed it would be their left midfielder, but it's also their left attacker here, who has a power of 3. And I am here with this kind of noob guy with strength 1, so he's run over and he will, well, they will score as well. And that's it. We go through all these zones and then we have a score. And sometimes you have players that do something at the end of the game, or maybe tactics, but in this case, that's the end of the game. We have our first point. That's cool. So what happens after the match? So the first thing that we do is we're going to go to this table here, and we're going to roll a d6 again, a 6-sided die, and we are going to see, well, because we had a draw, we're going to see to this stats. So we want to roll high. Oh, we rolled high. That's 5. So we're going to look 5, and we had a draw. We get to raise the operative stat by 1. Awesome. That is pretty cool. So that's what we did. And the next thing we do is remove the temp tokens from the players that got temp tokens, because it's only for 1 game. These cubes get removed as well. And I'm placing this here for now, just to make it easier to film. We adapt the league table. So what? Well, this is our team. This is our symbol here, and we managed to get a point because we had a draw. Of course, the same is for our opponents this week. Let's put them underneath this token here. But this league has more teams. There you go. This has more teams, and they will also have played a match. So what we will do is, for each team, we're going to roll their color dice, and you will notice different numbers here. So red has more 3-pointers than, for example, blue, but blue still has better options than green. So what we will do is we're going to flip every of these tokens to its color side. The other side is for the multiplayer. So we're going to put this, and let's just do this in this order for now. And we roll for each one of these teams. Let's start with the top one, which is green. So we roll, and they drew. So they had also 1 point. Let's put them here. There we go. Then we have a blue team. They also scored 1 point. There we go. It's a lot of 1-pointers, and it's because of the cameras being in the way. Then we have 2 more green teams. They draw, and the second one, well, that's not a roll, is a 0. Now, 0, important in this scenario. You re-roll the first 0 that you roll for any team. So you will re-roll, and that's a 1. So wow, they both have also 1 point. We have 2 red teams. We roll for the first one, a 3, and the second one, a 1. Okay, so they have 3 points, are in the lead, and these have 1 point. And then we have 1 more blue team, and they also draw. Wow, this is a crazy rolling. So 1 team in the lead after 1 day. Okay, what else do we do? Well, don't remember, we have 1 fan team here. We have 1 fan on the stand, well, 1 group of fans. Let's try to be positive, and they will give us a 1 money. And talking about money and resources, if you have more than 1 of any resources except for money, because you get to keep every coin you still have, then you would discard to 1. But we get to keep this green and blue one, and that ends the first day. We set everything where needed. And that's it. That was day 1. End of day, by the way, and that's something new, that's why I almost forgot it. You have these 3 tracks, and normally it's somewhere on the board next to each other, but I have to cut and paste in order to get it on here. So you were also going to keep track of how many of a certain thing you have. You have stadium, so if you have stadium add-ons, if you build stuff on your stadium, you're going to have a track here, and that might cost you some money in order to maintain it. Staff as well, depending on how many staff members you have, and we have one now, you might have to spend money. In this case, we have one, that's okay. And also the players, the player count, we have one player. So at this moment, it's all in the yellow. Now the colors are a little bit crazy. They have to be different, I know. That's probably going to change. So this should be green. But in this case, in the yellow, it means you have to pay 0. If you're in the red, you have to pay 1. If you're in the green, you have to pay 2. I guess they will change it to green, yellow, red. But hey. So, one more thing at the end of the day, you remove the most right cards of any of these 3 tracks. And the top youngster goes away as well. Everything slides down. And that's the new market. Okay, and then we go all the way back to Monday for week 2. And let's do that as well. Let's do another week. First thing first, we get some income. Now this time we get 4 money, 2 fans, 4 operative, and 3 fitness. There we go. But then it's board meeting time. So let's draw one of these again, and we have the team captain card. The players want a better player home. They say they are bored and need entertainment. Should we please them? Oh boy. So again, 3 options. Again, we go to the directors. Let's see what they say. 2. Okay, so 2 means blue, yellow, blue. So they're going to choose the blue option, which is the middle one, which says, yes, our players must be happy. 1 fitness, and that's the track. 1 fitness, but 3 money. Wow, terrible. Okay, so we lose 3 money. That goes away, but we do go up on the fitness track, which is probably good for the future, but oh boy, that's a painful one. Our money is gone. Okay, oh boy, that I did not expect that to happen. Okay, one more thing that we have now is Miss Mia Walker here, the director. She has a special feature. When the blue option is chosen, gain 1 operative. So we get 1 green cube. Perfect. So that means we have 6 green cubes, so we can do 3 bonus actions this week, if we can and if we want to. Boy, I hope we can do some bonus actions, but I don't have a lot of money, which is sad. Because that's terrible. Okay, so what can we do? What's new? Oh, I need to flip this, by the way. What's the new one? 3rd in line, gain a tactic card. And as a bonus, so if you hire this one, costs us 2, then we gain a tactic card for free, and we have to discard 1, so we might not discard that risky one, but they can also train a player. That's pretty neat as well. But with this little amount of money, I think we might want to get another sponsor first, and I think we will, and I think I'm going to take a sponsor that I don't really need, just for the money. Just for the money. So I'm going to take this either as this one here, which gives us 5, or as an ad board sponsor, which gives us 3, but raises our income as well. But oh man, do we want a lot of money this round? We might, yeah. So I'm going to just use him. So this is our Tuesday action. I'm going to use this to get 5 money. So, and then this gets discarded, so you don't keep this card. It's a one-time sponsorship. But we do get 5 money, which is awesome. And then I'm thinking about doing a first bonus action with these 2 cubes, 2 green ones, 2 operatives, and I'm going to use Tom Gravy again to hire any player from the display and place 1 temporary hotness token on him. Let's go for that first defender. Now we have 2 defenders now in the line. So we have Lopez, who after the match can cancel an opponent's goal and get 2 yellow and red cards. So this is actually a red card. So he can, during the match, he's hot-tempered. He can do this crazy tackle. He's a 3 as well. He's quite expensive, but we have some money now because this is a little bit not that awesome. We can also, this is only a 1, but with an action he can decrease by 2 any opponent's attacker, which can also be pretty cool. Oh, but this one is for free. Oh boy. Do I want this one or the other one? Maybe I can hire them both this week. That's also an option. That could give us 2 defending players. But there's also a defending youngster. That might be interesting. I'm also going to get those because we need to train 3 youngsters. So let's do one of these. Which one? The one that's already a 3? Or yeah, let's take the risky one. So I'm going to first of all, I'm going to spend. I already spent my green cube, so I'm going to activate the scout and get. Though he's expensive, right? But hey, forget about it. I'm going to get Lopez in my team, which means that we place them in the defender zone because he's a defender. He also has a defending symbol and a number 2, so that means this shirt stays at the defending symbol. There we go. We have a defender now as well. This slides down, and we go to Wednesday, and on Wednesday we're going to see if we can do. Can we do something with a staff member first? Train or we have a train or hire a youngster one here, which costs us fitness, but he can train. Oh, that's pretty cool. I think I'm going to hire this staff member. That's perfect. So let's hire this fellow here. By the way, this goes up by 1, and we pay 3 for this Paul Billington, the youngster trainer. There we go. Our staff goes up by 1 as well. And we're going to spend 2 cubes again in order to activate our trainer here, which costs us 1 fitness to train or hire a youngster. And we're going to hire and pay 1 for it. We have to pay for it. We're going to get Saarinen in here, which is a defender as well. Defending player, defender number 5. So we don't have to change this shirt. But there we go. We have a first youngster in our team. As you can see, it's not great yet. It's a 1, so that's not very, very cool yet, but he might be useful later. Okay, so that's it. These, by the way, they slide down. And yeah, we go to Thursday. What will we do on a Thursday? We still have 3 money left. I might want to build something in the stadium, maybe. But is it already useful? Well, it might be useful for the future, of course. Maybe we can build under stands already. A free action, a bonus when we build it to get more fans, but that's not interesting now. Yeah, I think we might. Though we only have 3 money left. So do we keep our money? Or... Now there's one thing that I'm not sure of, and I'm going to try to ask Portal Games before I film the next part, because I'm going to end after this round here, after this week, whether youngsters, because these guys, they are called players, right? And these are called youngsters. So I'm not sure if youngsters are players. Well, they are players, but if they count to this track here. So that's an important one, so I have to check that. Maybe because they're youngsters, they do not cost that much money. I'm not sure. We'll see. Okay, so let's see first to the scouting reports. Let's see if we want to do something because of that. So the scout report of this team says this club promoted last season, like we did. A fit team, but we must be capable to beat them. We should attack on the right wing. So we want to have someone, maybe someone decent, attack on the right wing. So do we have a attacker here? Well, we have hit this guy, but oh, and I forgot to add. I think I forgot to add the temp token on Lopez that we hired. Temporary +1. Okay. So we could, for example, hire Lewandowski, which is a strength 2, which is not awesome, but we could. And that's an attacker of 2s, and we could put him at the right flank, which might be interesting. Problem is that will raise our cost here, and that means we will be out of money and we won't be able to pay at the end, and that's bad. So I think I'm not going to hire that one. Okay, what can we do? We can still... Oh, that's not bad. Maybe we can get Jenny Peterson, a staff member who has a bonus to train a youngster. That means we could immediately train this player and that one becomes better. That's not too bad. And in the future we can train youngsters with him, which we have to do, but also is possible with Paul Bennington. But still, train a youngster. Interesting, but maybe not. Oh boy, I don't want another player yet. At least not that expensive. I think I'm just going to go for the future. No, I'm going to... I know what I'm going to do. I'm doing the action here again to raise our fan base. But I could do that as well by hiring Ronia Debris. Which is interesting as well. But it costs us 1. And then next time we get 3 fans. But it will be a third staff member. And now staff members, the one thing I didn't mention yet, is they also have a set collection thing going on. Because at the bottom you can see this track here. That means if you have players with the same color at the end of the game, you will see how much you have, and that's how many bonus points you have. For that set, not per staff member in that set. So this time, at this moment, it's worth 0. If I get another blue one, at the end of the game I would get 2 points. Now the stupid thing is I get a blue and yellow one, and this would be an orange one, and that would not help me at all. Now I do have yellows here to gain tactics cards or to train that youngster. But I'm not sure if I want to, although. So I'm doubting to get one of these or roll a die to try to raise this stat to 3. And then next week build that third stand and get more money. So yeah, that might be... I'm going to take that risk, I think. Yeah, so I'm going to roll. So let's roll and hopefully roll 3 or more. Oh boy, it's a 3. I was lucky. There we go. So that's great. So that's it. That was... we could still do a bonus action, but I don't have any cards or bonus... although I could still activate Anna here to discard all staff cards from this play, draw 5 new ones, and hire any one of them. But then hopefully there's some good one there. But I'm not going to do it. I still want to keep that like this. So that's it. I'm going to stop here. We're going to match day. We're going to the weekend. I'm going to place the 2 fans on the stands that we have. And, well, let's see what we're going to do here again. Okay, so we know they're going to play 4-4-2, so not that much attacking power, which might be a good way to score again with a defender. Which ones are we going to use though? Now, I have 3 fitness cubes, so I could use all of these 3 players. One problem we have is if I use all 3 of them, then this one here cannot be activated anymore because I won't have enough of these cubes. So I think I'm going to let my youngster sit on the bench for this match, and I'm going to play with Morales and Lopez in the team. Okay, and now we have to figure out how we want to play. We have a 4 defender with 4, and while the scouting did not say about their attack, they said we could try to beat them on the right wing. So that's what we will do, definitely. So we're going to change that. I'm also going to put this midfielder here on the left. So let's put this like this at this moment. And hopefully this is strong enough, but I'm a little bit scared. We have an attacker here on the right as well. And I'm going to place this attacking defender on the right. So that's how I'm going to try to beat them. Attack on the right wing. And on the, again, I'm not going to play with a striker. Okay. So that's how we're going to try to beat them this time, I guess. 4-4-2 formation against their 4-4-2. So we're going to reveal their card. And we have Steelchester Football Club. And let's go. Let's see what happens. So first of all, we're going to... Oh, first of all, we get to choose a tactics card. Now, Steelchester... Well, there's only one team in the lead, which is not Steelchester, so we cannot use this one here. This way is way too risky, so I don't think we will need the tactics. So we're not going to use a tactics. We're just going to play this match. So first, we have an attacker of 1 versus a defender of 1. Nothing happens. We have a defender of 1. We don't have an attacker, but they have an attacking defender again. Again, we fall into that trap and they score. And sadly enough, this right forward guy is not strong enough and he cannot score against this one defender. Okay, so next we have a defender versus defender, so that doesn't do anything. We have, oh boy, they have a defender. I don't have any attacking, but their midfielder is a 2. Now, I do have 2 defenders here. But you pair one of them with that one, and you get to choose which one, but they're both not strong enough. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to spend my cube here. I'm going to spend that cube to activate Morales to give this player a -2, so he will not score. Now, more bad news. Our right wing, well, that's good news. They will score because they don't get defended here. But they attacked as well on that wing. So we're behind 1-2. We're doing very poorly. Okay, their attacking player there has 1, but he's a defending attacker, so that doesn't do anything. Their attacker of 1 here in the middle, they will get stopped by our big defender, for example, also by this number 5. So that doesn't do anything. And our attacking defender here, he has no opposition. He scores as well. And oh boy, now we have to choose, folks. What will I do? I could give Lopez a red card and he will be suspended for 2 weeks in order to cancel a goal of the opponent. Now I feel like I will have to do that, folks. Why not? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this 2-week suspension token, put it on Lopez, but cancel a goal. So their one of their attacks still got stopped, probably this one, and Lopez did a pretty harsh tackle. He stopped the goal, but he's out there for 2 weeks. Okay, but that means, folks, we won the match. Not the nicest way to win the match. It was an important one against that also a new team in the league. So we're going to roll the die. We're going to look at the win table this time. We rolled a 5 again, which means we get +1 fan base. Oh, that's pretty neat. Okay, they liked what we did. They liked the strength we showed and all that stuff. So next thing we do is we're going to check the new league table. Okay, so the first thing we need is the teams that played, which is of course our team. and this one here as well. We get 3 points, and so there we go. That's great. They will get 0 points, so they will stay here. Let's put them here for now. And then we're going to roll again for the other team. So first here we have the one in red. They will roll, and they won their second match as well. Then we have another red one. Roll another 3. So they are here as well. A green team. They roll a 0, but in this scenario, we have to re-roll a 0. But I rolled another 0. So they lost their match. Another green team. A 1, so they had a draw. Then we go to a blue team. Oh, they won. There we go. Another green team. 1 point for them. And another red team, which is always strange to see them in the back of the league. But, oh, they rolled a 0, so they have to re-roll it. And of course, they rolled a 3. And that's that. So that's the situation here. One team still in the lead. The only one that won is their 2 matches. We're on a shared second place there with 4 points. Okay, that means another week has passed. We get our fans from the stands, and they both give us some money. And we have 2 green cubes left. We only get to keep 1, so we discard 1 of them. We discard the most right cards in the market. I'm not going to show you everything. And then we go to the next week, which is one for the next video, folks. This was part 1. It might be a long one because I explained a lot. Next rounds will go faster. I like to invite you to watch the next part in the next video. Thank you for watching this one. If you have any comments, rule mistakes that I made, or stupid things that I did, let me know in the comments below. If you like what you see, feel free to subscribe, like, and whatever. Thanks again for watching. Feel free to check out this game on GameFound if you're watching this when that game is on there, of course. Well, I hope this is something for you. If so, check it out for sure. Thanks again, and see you all next time for the next part of 11, the Football Manager board game by Thomas Jansen and Portal Games. Bye-bye.